Hello. I'm going to do a quick video on stats here for you guys that haven't been paying attention to maybe what you should be running. Obviously, I recommend to people to use 4 alacrity pieces and the rest is critical. Obviously, that's not the solution for every spec and whatnot, so I'm going to go over this briefly. This is what I'll be using after the patch. The crystals are out because the crystals don't actually work last time I tried PTS, but they will after the change. So, or maybe they will, I'm not sure. I assume they will, but maybe they don't. So that's 82 crit that we lose. That's fine, that's whatever. The big fact is that augments will work. This is what I'll be wearing, 5% accuracy, and 1.4 GCD, on top of pretty much everything into critical after that point. I am wearing a 328 and a 330. This remains my item level at 326, so that means I get some extra stats in PvP. Otherwise I wouldn't. I'm using the versatile stem because I don't think the accuracy one's worth it yet. And to describe the other ones, basically no accuracy build. Basically just swap the accuracy for critical, very simple, not much of a change. Our stats aren't like insanely, adjustable. I'll put the augments back in here so you can see like what that would look like. But with the higher gear, we'll probably push 12,000 power, 5,000 critical if this setup is something that you're going to use. And those classes that have alacrity passes like Carnage, Arsenal, and Lightning, you can go less critical. For Lightning, you'll probably just use a few augments for alacrity. Carnage and Arsenal, you'll probably just use one alacrity piece. So that means you'll be able to afford your accuracy just a little bit better. And for Lightning, you'll be able to just have a little bit more crit than most people, or Mastery if you so choose. I would probably recommend crit, mostly because our crit rates are terrible, and I don't remember if Lightning gets free crit passive. I don't think it does, so I'd probably recommend crit. That'll obviously help things like Aaron's Haste and other things to crit for more, so that's always a good thing. But continuing on, I'll just leave it as the build that I'll be running when this patch hits. I'm actually pretty excited for it. We did just get some news that we'll hear something about 7.0, or not 7.0, 7.1 here soon. Sorry, I keep... 7.1 in my mind is like the launch of 7.0 because PvP will finally fully function the way it was intended. So I'm just like, basically the expansion is just launching for me, which is super exciting because I've always been somebody that's very into stats, and if my stats are not the best, I feel like no matter what I do, no matter how good I play, I can always do better when things work as intended. So when they're not working as intended, it's kind of like a letdown for me. I'm going to show you guys real quick what my stats are in the Rishi Stronghold. So this is live, no augments working, no crystals working. These are my stats. Probably a little bit higher than yours, but that's only because I'm using a 328 and a 330, but my item level remains 326, so I get slightly more stats than you guys. I have said this multiple times, some people are more than aware of this. It'll probably be the same again after update. Probably 330s will be the way to go, but if you get a bigger bump from 330 to 322, or 332 to 340, or not 340, but 334, geez, sorry, so many threes. I'll definitely let you guys know and say, hey, this is better. Do this for maximum stats, or if it's not, just use 330s. I think that'll probably be the easiest for everybody to obtain, because you can do both your implants and then you can just do one piece to 330 and bam. Other than that, it pretty much simplifies everything for stats, and we don't have very much crazy builds that we can run. There's no more amplifiers, so that's great. So if you guys have any questions about a build or something, I'm more than happy to help or answer. Also, going forward, this does mean that if you have PvE gear, you're completely fine to still just use that in PvP, even if you do get level synced, because augments should still work in theory. So your stats aren't actually going to be that screwed, because previously you had no crit rate because your augments aren't working, because you had to hit the accuracy cap for PvE. So that's a huge change that should help you guys a lot. However, accuracy on something that does pure yellow damage Probably not the move. I would recommend probably swapping up your build. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.